to do the bigger real estate. So I've always also been interested in real estate. My parents did construction. My dad worked for city government like their whole life. So I feel like everything's working in real estate. But
Awesome.
ready to just jump.
Would they build tiny homes on the properties, or would
It
sometimes they
depends.
build them like off site?
Yeah,
and
we usually build them off site and then install them. But
and it's like run on solar and like
some of them do. We did like a lot of them were kind of just more like an RV type of thing. You just plug it into like a hose and plug it into the power and it would work.
hookups and go.
But some of them we did do completely off the grid, so it had like a rainwater collection system, like a solar panel, so it's completely like self-sustaining. It was really cool. I liked it, but I decided I wanted a little bit more than that, so we sold that business, and my mom's doing other stuff, and now I'm doing other stuff. So
That's a bummer. I have someone who might need to make those.
well, I can totally.
Okay. Yeah. Send me the link because I have some domes that I'm listing, and the buyer they can build 5 more units, and he was asking me how much. So tiny homes is another little option. It was Becca and Georgia and Michelle. We've met before, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Tell me about yourself. Yep, that's what they just did.
Well, I have been here for a little less than a month, and I have 3 kids. I'm stationed in Eagle Mountain, and yeah.
Stationed in Eagle Mountain. Does that mean it doesn't feel like home?
Sorry, that's where I live.
No, I know. I'm just asking. Does it feel like?
There 9 years ago, so yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you now your question. I'm going to ask you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with social media? Oh wait, we haven't connected my phone.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, I need help with that. I can do a lot of things, but finding the button for screen share, I cannot do because I always make my husband do it.
Let's see here. There we go. Screen mirroring. Oh, large train. Good. That's what we wanted. The code is going to come up in a second. There we go. 7. 7. There we go.
Thank you. Okay, how comfortable are you with social media?
Using it or exploiting yourself on social media?
Exploiting yourself on social media. Very comfortable, okay? Michelle? Using?
Yes, comfortable.
Using meaning looking, browsing?
Yeah.
But not posting.
Not often.
Okay. Becca?
Probably like a 7 or an 8 if that'll offer.
You're at the job? Okay.
We're at a 3.
You're a 3? Okay. All right.
When it's like me, that's like there's stuff.
Oh, wait, what does that mean?
Like, I don't know, having my face, that's something I'm trying to become more comfortable with.
Okay.
Rather than just showing the builds, because that kind of speaks for it.
Correct. And you just brought up a really good point, which I was going to get to later, but we're going to get to it now because when you are selling a tiny build house or bracelets or, I don't know, a game, cars, you can post those things, right? But you are selling yourself. So one of the things someone said to me was like, I don't like how I look on camera. I don't like how I sound on camera. And I'm like, well, guess what? That's what they're going to see. That is you. So in real estate, you actually need to post you on there. Now, we're going to, just to make sure I don't mess up on this point, you don't want to post, I am so cool all the time. You need to post something that gives something back, right? But it does need to have you because you are the person they're hiring. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm going to ask you, how comfortable are you with cold calling? Scale of 1 to 10. Not a fan? 9 or 10?
I could knock on someone's door. I could call them. Yeah, 10.
Okay, I'm a 0. Okay, I don't want to do it. Never done it. Won't do it. Okay, So now you can do it. How comfortable are you with emailing your entire SOI? Totally comfortable? Totally comfortable? Yes? Okay. How comfortable are you with paying money every month on postcards and mailing those out? Depends on if it brings money back. Okay, you're hoping it brings money back.
My budget's currently 0. So when I have money, yes.
Okay. But this is what I'm talking about right now. Okay, I mailed out 500 postcards. It cost me $500. I may never ever hear from those again, or maybe I did. Who knows? Okay. So long story short, there's a thing called 36 Touch. Have you learned that yet? Okay. Well, this one is part of a touch program, and social media is free. Yay. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to talk to you. I want to show you, and it'll be a little, because I keep adding more to this. So I've got to go back and find the one I want. There's Utah Real Estate page.
So this is you.
That is me. These are the ones I'm showing you today. I will not be up here talking all for the last hour. I am going to show you the most important reels of your life. Are you ready? And it's going to teach you, because I think we look at social media as a little, maybe something, but it's actually a really big lead generator. Now, there's lead generation that some of these accounts do where they get cold leads all the time. I don't do that. I am more top of mind social media, so that's what I'm going to show you, but I'll also show you some different accounts so you can decide what you want to do. But I first want you to listen to this.
Babe, what's the biggest misconception regarding social media?
Biggest misconception about social media is that social media is social media, which it is not. Social media is modern day marketing. Social media is no more social media than a phone is a phone. The truth is, the phone that sits in our pocket is a computer in our pocket. We do everything except for call people. It's like the least amount of what we do. So we put these labels on things like social media, and then we tell ourselves, well, I didn't grow up with it. That's why I don't understand it. And there's a lot of things we didn't grow up with. I didn't grow up driving, but I figured it out. And you can't be in business for yourself and not be great at modern day marketing. You know, like we tell our students all the time, visibility trumps ability. And at the end of the day, we need to find ways to be as visible as possible, which means showing up on those things on people's phones, which means that we have to stop naming things and titling things that they're not even, what they are. Social media is not social media. Social media is modern day marketing, and it deserves your effort to be great at it if you want to run a profitable business.
Okay, thoughts on that? Very true. Never thought of it that way?
So I am also an author, and I've noticed that authors who have social media presence sell a lot more.
Okay, 100%. So sometimes we just we know the 36 touch, but then we forget the social media aspect, and that is literally the free part. Okay. Now there's different things you can do. We talked about you might have, how many of you have your own page? Like it's personal page? Who has a business page? You have your tax page? Okay. Do you have both? Do you have both or just one?
TikTok, Facebook.
Either one. I mean, I'm going to show you Instagram because I don't actually.
One social media or multiple social media?
Like, do you have one that's for yourself? Like,
Yes.
I have a Jennifer Bischoff Yorgesen page, right? And then I had a Your View Real Estate page, and then I did Instagram, and then I had a business page, and then I had a personal page, and then I had a TikTok page, and then I'm like, phew. So if you have just a personal page, I want you to use the 80-20 rule, okay? What's the 80-20 rule?
80%
Correct. Okay. If it's on your personal page, people are following you for you, right? But if I have a tax page and Georgia starts posting about all of her little kids all the time, or her outing, the people that are following the tax page, it's going to be different. You're going to switch that to your 80-20 rule might be what?
30% business,
80% business, maybe 20% fun. Okay. Because the tax, are they hiring you or just the tax? Like they're still hiring you. There was a mortgage guy. He's called What's a Mortgage? You should follow him. But he started posting a couple things about his, do you want me to find him for you? I think I found his not. Yeah, but see, now he has a personal page too, because he started posting personal stuff on there. I'm in the messages. He started posting personal stuff on there, and people started complaining because they came to him for mortgage advice. So he had to go do his personal page. So it depends on what you're doing, but we're going to follow. I'm going to teach you if you had a business page, okay? We're going to follow this rule today. All right? Yes.
So take Facebook. So you have your personal page that has your name. What is your name on your business page? Is it you?
Okay, this is Instagram. Yeah, it is. It's your view real estate team.
So you're part of a team. That's your view.
Sort of. Yeah, it's me. I have my son, but he's on a hiatus for a little bit. So yeah.
Join your team. But so I'm just wondering that if we do a business page, would we want to do our names and it like?
Yes. Yes. So you would put whatever it is you're doing. And this is, I need to make sure we get this. Anytime you post, you need to have your brokerage. That has to be there. So I would put it in the heading just in case you forget to do it on a post. So you meet rules, okay? And then you would put your name, Utah Realtor or real estate or whatever it is you want to do. That would be the name of your business page, okay? Or something like that. And then that page is going to be dedicated mostly to real estate. Every once in a while, you could share something from there to your personal page to kind of remind your personal followers that you are, but not enough to tick them off, okay? Does that help? Okay. All right. Now, as you're posting, what are the most annoying real estate posts you have ever seen? Besides mine, if you've seen mine.
People that add zero value. They ask you like a question and they don't actually answer it.
Okay, like what?
Like, what's the most important thing about buying a home? But then they like will give a lot of background without like a clear answer.
Okay, so don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
No, I don't like it.
Because you skipped them. Okay.
I watched kind of dumb ones. Okay, so there's this guy that I absolutely love in Colorado, and he is in, it's not an appraisal. It's the other one.
Title?
No, he goes and he looks at inspections. Yes! I'm sorry, words elude me.
That's okay.
But frankly, he's hilarious. He's my favorite ones of his. Don't do that. One example is he's looking at a house and he turns on, and there's an electric box, and there's just water streaming down the electric box, and he's just, and he looks back at the camera. It's like, don't do that, sort of a thing, and so it's.
Okay, so you like him because he's funny. Okay, so I'm going to show you another one. This is what you should not do on social media. Now, I might have a hard time finding myself. This guy has a lot of good information, but he's also kind of cocky, so I don't like him. Yeah, but and I actually got in an argument with him, and I'm still right. But yes.
He was here. He did a training here just like a couple.
Okay.
Ago, right? Oh yeah, it was like for all these people on the wall here.
Oh, I was not there.
Not that one. Okay. Well, that's how he's telling you not to do a video, and he's right. But the argument that I got within, he did a post about, and this is not really social media, but kind of, okay, so he did a post about how open houses are only for the agents and they're damaging to the sellers and you shouldn't do them because they're only for agents to get leads. And I literally have sold most of my houses by doing open houses, or I've got 22,000 higher offer because we held the open house and we got a better offer and the first offer came. I have story after story after story of how it is better for my seller. And I brought that up to him and he didn't like it. So anyway, but I do like this one that he says. So
stop calling your clients to catch up with them. Stop calling your clients just to see how they're doing. Too often I see real estate agents constantly badgering and bugging their clients to say, hey, just call and check in and see how everything's going and see if they're ever selling your house. I remember I was so annoyed with that at one phase of my career. I actually called this one client, and how he answered the phone, he said, hey, Goldie, no, I'm not selling my house. I'll let you know if anyone's thinking of buying or selling. Have a good day. Literally, the call lasted 10 seconds. It's because it's annoying. Instead, let's do our clients a favor. Everyone we know has social media. You see them post about the wins at work. You see them post about their vacation. Go compliment them. Send them a voice note. Say, hey, looks like you're having a ton of fun in Mexico. Marketing isn't about starting new conversations. It's about entering the conversation that people are already having. And oh, by the way, it builds a relationship. Stop calling your clients to catch up with them. Stop.
hey, thoughts on that?
Just to see how they're doing.
Honestly, that makes me feel so much better.
Right? It is so much better. Okay, I'm going to tell you, people will ask me, where do my leads come from? Where do I get them? And I will tell you, I cannot give you actual data, but I will tell you almost all of them are from social media. Okay. I just got a listing. We just signed it Friday. My son returned home from went on his mission in 2014. While he was on his mission, I went to lunch with a bunch of moms that all had kids in Peru. So in like 2015, maybe. I have not spoken to this lady ever since. And then, but we're friends on Facebook. She just called me to list her house. I have not emailed her. I have not called her. I have not asked about anything. It is clearly because I post on social media. That is just one out of many examples. So I do my social media. We'll get into that in a minute. I do mine one way, but when you're doing your social media, please don't post, call me to buy your house. Are you offering anything like that? No, you're not offering any value, right? No value. Don't do that. Maybe once in a while you might want to do that, I guess, but that can't be your message. Your message can't be about you. Your message needs to be giving them something. So when he talks about like using your social media to jump into the conversation, follow up with your friends, follow up with that in a personal way, getting to know them, not in a super salesy way. Okay. Questions on that?
One thing about Colton, I would say, is that, and this is something that he talked about as far as social media goes, he wants to take a side and be super like he wants to spark conversations, even disagreement. Like he's happy if people disagree with him,
right?
You know, because that means it's taking up mental space in that person's brain. You know, like, and so does he believe that open houses are good for people or not? He probably thinks that it would probably be beneficial, but he wants to be polarizing and like say something like out of pocket, so because that's what draws views, that's what draws mental space.
And then you post and it gets more engagement. So yeah.
And so yeah.
I'm still mad at him.
Rightfully so, probably.
Okay, but that brings another point. When you're posting, you're trying to do something that will get engagement. I'm going back to business, okay? Like keep your personal stuff wherever that is. But when you're posting, just like he said, you might want to do something that sparks engagement. I once posted, and I didn't even mean to. I just had this solar guy come to my house, and my neighbors called me, and not my house, their house, and my old neighbors called me. See, again, social media. I haven't lived there for 8 years. Okay, they called me and they said, "Hey, this salesman said that this will increase the value of our home." Okay, first of all, it doesn't. So I just did this post, public service announcement, solar does not increase your value. I had so many engagement posts on that, and all it was a really dumb thing. And then I'll spend 20 hours on something and nobody will even like it. Okay, so long story short is that was a service to people where they could discuss, did it or does it not add value? So try to post stuff that has value, not just look at me, I'm in real estate. Okay, there's different ways to do that. Let me see. Any? Oh. They're like, she's talking too long.
No. It tends to click over to this code.
Often? Okay, while he's doing that, I want to do another rule. Okay, when you're posting, you also have your brokerage. You also can't go out and show a house and post inside the house. Do you know that?
I was going to ask.
People do it all the time, but you are not supposed to take pictures inside of someone else's listing without written permission by the seller and the listing agent. Okay? So, like I'm invited to a broker tour on Friday. I need to get permission if I want to post any pictures or videos at that thing because I'm inside someone else's listing and they have the rights to post it. You do not. So watch that because you will see agents who will go through and make fun of a house and send pictures of it that they're showing. If that seller finds out or that agent finds out, they can fine you. Okay. So, or they can. If it's your listing, you have permission because you are the listing agent. But if you're going out and showing houses, which we see this happen all the time, you do not have permission to do that. So if you want to go and tour one and get permission, you can. Like if you want to go, you don't have your own listings and you want to go call an agent in the marketplace and say, hey, can I go do a video at your listing? Most of the time, especially if they're vacant, they will say yes. I will say yes. Okay. Unless people live there and they don't want you extra there. But does that make sense? Okay, and then you can use that to help spur your marketing. Okay, I am going to show you my profile just for fun. There's different things you can do. You can do one that's educational. You could do like Cameron used to do one for coaching, so he's going to go more on that end. There's a lady that does first-time home buyers, and that is all her page is. Okay, what she does is she posts about steps to first-time home buying, and then she does a home buyer class all over the country, and then she sends referrals out. So this is her.
I just literally know when to tell. You can buy a house with no down payment or a very small. Here are 5 ways, and number 5 is the most important. USDA loans, no down payment required. FHA loans, 3.5% down. Personal loans, 3% down. VA loans, no down payment. There are over $200,000 worth of grants and assistance by state. Come with a house emoji and I'll send you the free home buying 101 class where you'll learn everything you should have learned in school about buying a house. I just literally know when to tell them.
Okay. She has 135,000 followers all over the country. She makes her money by referring out to other agents. Okay. What do you think of that page? Okay. This lady is a crack up, but she does hide and seek in her houses. Hang on. My clients actually sent me one of her reels and told me to do this. So I'll show you mine in a minute. But
listing in Barcroft, Virginia, complete gut job run up. I forgot to mention, it is snowing. Don't be soft. No? Oh, come on, help me. Guys, now we're inside. Come check this out. They're installing the backsplash today, but my favorite thing in this whole house are the wood details. Check out these poles and this wood accent wall.
oh, she's not hiding in this one, but most of them.
Now we're in the basement, and it's very white. Really pretty.
That was a slick transition. I didn't even see it go into the basement.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just moved it. Let me find one of her hiding.
Awesome home in Annandale.
Yeah.
Classic Center Hall Colonial. This is where I'd hide if I were playing hide and seek and I own this home. Follow me. This beautiful kitchen. Really pretty. Great light. Even table space. I bet you're thinking, I know where she is. She's by the table. She's somewhere easy. Or she's cheating. Nope. This is a really interesting one because I'm filming. Check out the living space in this awesome Center Hall Colonial. Great light. Great film jobs. I did an exquisite job. Yeah, in here. Could have been the fireplace. Been there before. But nope. Turn around, ding dong, because I'm right here.
Okay, she has 81,000 followers. Now,
Here for
let me tell you one thing. Followers does not mean you have business. There's another lady that Becca looked up. She's in Utah and she does like really rude stuff about the houses and people. And it is like blowing up. But Becca looked and she's like sold 3 houses, I think. So that does not always equate, okay? This one is one of those other ones. I'm showing this so you can see who you want to be. Because when I started mine, I had no idea that these even existed.
Sleek exterior, this house is giving tall, dark, and handsome. Except it won't ghost you after 3 dates.
How could you do this to me?
We're out in South Downs in Baton Rouge today looking at this 3-bed, 2-bath with just under 1,500 living square footage priced at $447,000. This is where you'll unload your Instacart delivery and quickly become disappointed over the fact that you had a male shower. This dining room's natural light is so good, it might just make that dinner you whipped up in the microwave look fancy. This living room is the perfect place to unwind and enjoy a little adult beverage after a long day of work.
2 shots of vodka.
This loft is so nice, you'll absolutely convince yourself you're going to use it for something productive. Did you go all in on that spicy ramen? Well, this house has a couple places for you to meet your fate. Option number 1 and number 2 in the primary bathroom. This detachable shower head is great for so many things, including giving your husband a help.
Okay, then there is Shannon Gillette in Arizona, and her listing videos look something like this.
Not every day that you're selling a homestead here. Chicken? Yes. And you know what? This home is on well over an acre, so you have plenty of room for horses and chickens. Honestly, the perfect homestead. And the mountain views from every angle are incredible. Should we hold a chicken, you think? Not like I'll just watch. I don't want to. I think we should go in.
Okay, so those are some. This one, he tells stories.
So I've got meetings with 3 home sellers tomorrow. 3 very different properties, 3 very different price points, 3 very different like areas or neighborhoods, and honestly 3 pretty different situations for why they're selling right now. And so they're going to require 3 very different strategies for how we approach marketing, how we approach price.
Okay, so you get that idea, but let me show you some of his other ones. Please tell me I saved that one. Oh, this one. Okay, so he tells experiences. So when you're saying, I just sold this, or I need a buyer, or I want a buyer, or I just sold this one, nobody really cares, right? But you do need some of it for credibility so that you knows that you're looking. He tells some of the experiences like this.
All right, so a few years ago, I had this, I just want to say, wonderful client with a wonderful listing out by Lake Minnetonka. Great transaction end to end. But during the initial consultation, I sat down with them and they said they wanted to know if I was going to do a broker open house, and they wanted to know if I would consent to them having cameras on while I did it. And I was like, oh, wow. I mean, thank you for asking that. And yeah, that's no problem. But that's a very specific request. I mean, is there anything I should be concerned about? I said, well, you should probably know that the last broker we hired, we went out of town and he did a broker open house, and we think that he just threw a big party and had like lots of his friends over. That we came home after the weekend and the house was a mess, and there was beer bottles in all the trash cans, and we think we found a drug needle in the downstairs bathroom. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. I don't have to say, I'm so sorry that you had that experience. And they're like, yeah, it was especially traumatic because we had to leave our 17-year-old daughter home that weekend, and she had to come home to all of that. And I was like, oh. And at that point, I just decided to accept their story and move on because I wanted that list. But I couldn't help but think to myself, you left this 17-year-old home and you came home to a home in disarray and trash cans full of beer bottles and drugs, and you're pretty sure it was your broker.
Okay, so you can decide. There's like, I could never do the like rude ones. I'm not classy enough for some of the other ones. You know, I could probably do the like step-by-step stuff, but I have chosen some more of these other routes, which let me find. This one, it has some information that I want you to know because you're a real estate agent, not an influencer. So even if you're not having 100,000 views, you just need your community. It does me no good that people in China are following me, or I have a whole bunch in Switzerland because I posted once in there and now I got like 1,000 followers and I didn't mean to, but they don't care. Like because I got stuck in Zermatt. So, you know, so just keep that in mind that it's the quality of followers for you. Yes, it's kind of cool to go, and some listings sellers will look at your pages to find if you have some followers, but just remind them that you can boost those posts to get to more people, even though you're more centralized here. Okay, so that may be something you could do to overcome that. Okay, I don't know why I saved that one. Okay, let me show you. You could do this. Okay, so what they say is the number one things that people follow are the funny ones, which I don't know how beneficial is that to us, but this is probably my number one besides the mudslide in Zermatt.
You don't see us? You see me? Yeah. Yes, I see you. You see me? Hell yeah.
Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone that I wanted to do. Oh, if you noticed in those posts, as you're learning, okay, it's how, did you say you're comfortable in front of a camera, right? Okay, one of the things that if you noticed, when we start these, none of them are going like this.
Is the worst way to start a video, and you look like a dork, so stop doing it. I see realtors all the time posting Instagram reel or story, and they waste the first 3 seconds by saying something like, "Hey, it's cool Lindsay here, just coming back at you on Instagram." And realtors think, well, my audience wants to know who I am. And the reality is your audience doesn't care who you are.
Sorry.
And you're like, oh, yeah, it matters who they am. What only matters about your content is what's in it for them that's watching. So the first 3 seconds of your video, you should call them out and tell them why they should pay attention. If you're making a video for real estate agents on how to call for sale by owners, say something like, stop sounding like a dork when you call for sale by owners. Because what you're doing is you're polarizing the conversation to stop the viewer in their tracks and say, wait a second, do I sound like a dork when I'm calling for sale by owners? And the answer is yes, you probably sound like a dork when calling for sale by owners. You should probably follow me right now for more value. You know, it's cool, Lindsay here is the worst way.
Okay, now, how many of you can turn on a camera and just start? It's hard. Okay, so there's this really easy thing. You turn on your camera, do your little intro if that makes you feel good about it, then do your thing, and then cut that out before you post it. So easy. Just squish that in until you get to the catch, the hook, the main thing you want to do. So for most of us, we need something to kind of ease in front of that phone, you know, and that's okay. So just film it and then cut it. Just don't post like, hi, I'm Becca. Okay, don't do that. Okay, questions on that? No. Okay, here's another thing that I want to teach you. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I was going to tell you about my page just because it's me. So I chose to do my page about Utah real estate, lifestyle, and culture. So it's not a ton of deep information because I started those and nobody watches those. They watch the funny ones. And my goal is to be top of mind so that 10 years later when they actually want to sell, they remember who I am. Okay, so that's how I ran mine. So I do things about the state. I do my listings. So I do just sold, but I show the experience of what happens like when they buy or when they do that. I do some that are like about information, but I try to take the boring part out of it. I do bloopers so that it shows who I am, like shows the real me. I try the funny ones.
Can you make me look skinny?
This one's
Exploring the wild side of Utah, from natural wonders to epic landscapes.
and guess what? These really professional ones hardly get any views. So don't get caught up in that one.
2.5 miles inland.
These are I keep those really short. What else do we need from there?
Can you click on your new listing one? Wait, go down, right there. Middle sunset thing. So,
Where? Oh, this one? No? Oh,
down? Yeah.
that's a carousel.
Okay, so how many views did you get on that? How helpful was that video?
202.
Do you think those are actually people in Utah or?
I have no idea, but my point is this one is a credibility post, okay? So these are the ones that people watch. This one is how I just saved my seller $10,000 by being smart enough to know that when the agent called me to ask for a new HVAC system, that they didn't need it because we had a home warranty, and they're like, no, it doesn't count because it's old, and I'm like, bull. And so I got him in contact with him, and so all we did was buy an extra home year warranty. Those get watched. The ones that get watched are the funny ones. And this is a personal one because every once in a while I'll throw in a personal one because I am a real person. Okay. My videos, I do my listing videos because that's my job to get that out to more people. And then every listing I do the video, we do a carousel, and we're just about to do an open house this weekend on this one. So a new one will come out from the open house. Now, my job is to do that. Most people don't care about that on my page because my page is for what? Entertainment, a little bit. At least I'm trying to be entertainable. So because I don't have that one page like that one girl who does just first-time home buyers, everyone on her page is interested in that. So if that's what you wanted your page to be, then that's what you should build. I get my views from, you find like this one. This one had like 2.3. Okay, but not just that, my clients wait for these videos now. Like one time I didn't have it ready like a day, and they're like, don't we get a video? You know, so like they wait for these and then they post them to their friends. So those work, okay?
It's technically free marketing.
Correct. It's free marketing. Yep. And you can target it on Facebook to different locations. So here's a listing video blooper.
I could look at that all day long. Welcome to Utah's hidden gem, Elkridge, where the views are Let me introduce you to Elkridge, Utah's hidden gem. And we have a lawnmower. Is that a problem? I will try to throw that in. Don't mess up my legs.
Okay, but dumb, but it's showing that I've got a listing coming up without saying, hey, hire me, right? So everyone who's watching that, okay, there's 416 people. How many people and how long would it take for you to call 416 people and remind them you're in real estate? A lot. Okay. Me too. Okay. This one, my client told me to do this. Not on this house, someone else. So I copied that one lady. Except for I don't have sound now. How come?
The secret my new listing. So let me show you where I would hide if I own this house.
I'm not as good as her.
This is the front room. If I was going to hide in the front room, where do you think I'd be? Well, I'm right here. Why would I hide in this gorgeous room? I want everyone to know that I live here.
Don't make fun of me.
This is the office or the second bedroom. If I was going to hide, where would I be? Right here. I can't hide here. This is a great place to hide. The kitchen attaches to the front room. It's really big and gorgeous. And if you're going to hide, you could just pop up right here.
I decided I better hide at least once.
Primary bedroom with an ensuite bathroom, separate tub and shower. If I was going to hide here, well, I wouldn't actually hide. I'm too tired. I need a break. If I lived here, I'd be hiding out in this earth right here. Right here in the hot tub. Or in the hot tub. What happened to Brian? He left me. Where did he go?
Okay, you'll never see the end.
Of course, he's in the man cave.
Okay, so I wanted to show, that's a way for me to showcase my listing to more people. And anyway, and it's not, I don't want to copy someone else word for word or exactly, but I did tag her in it and she did like it. So, so anyway, that's part. So when you're planning, I want you to plan what you want your page to be. Like when we're done, I want you to decide what kind of page you want to have. Okay. Do you want it to be about Utah lifestyle? Now I post every day, sometimes twice a day. You don't have to do that, but I also get less likes because of that. But I also do it because of this. Let me show you this one. Oh, my favorite, I have to show you my here's what I've found my people that follow me like the best is one of my husband's in them. So remind me to go back to that, okay? I think she's on my personal one. Can't even find. Yeah.
You told us not to make fun of you, so you're obviously not feeling great about that video. How were you able to still post it?
I don't know. I mean,
Who cares? Someone's gonna make fun of me.
Someone's gonna make fun of me, but that wasn't my normal. That's not my normal thing that I do. But I had fun with it, so I can't find what I wanted to do. It was about the algorithm. I'm going to find it. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is why I post every day. So I have like, I don't know, almost 5,000 followers, okay? Not a big deal because sometimes only 200 people actually see it, right? So if I post every day, not everybody sees it all the time. So for me, I post every day just because I can and I enjoy it, but also because of this.
That it is easier to look sexy in childbirth than it is to understand the 2025 algorithm. I want you to be original, but have sameness. Have sameness in your originality. So, be like everybody else and do what everybody else is doing, but different. You don't have a book to cook. You spent time building hundreds of thousands of followers. They're not saying it. They have chosen to follow you, and Instagram knows better. Instagram knows what they need. We just say, just do whatever you want to do, because as soon as you get this down, they're just going to change it again. Okay, so just ride the wave. The second you start doing all the things that Instagram wants you to do to build, they're going to change it and be like, what are you doing that for? Number one, you need to go ahead and accept that it is easier to look sexy in childbirth than it is to understand.
Okay, so I post every day. So I don't think I get as many likes because I'm always there and people aren't going to keep liking it every single day, right? I'm going to say that's why, and it's not about me. But I do have nonstop people, colleagues, old friends will come. So I do know that it's making me top of mind. But I also still will send out postcards. I still do emails because I'm going to hit different people on those different things. Okay. So don't give up one for the other, but I don't cold call. I don't do that. Okay. Questions about any posting? Like, do you know how to post?
Okay,
Yeah.
I've been kind of figuring out this kind of stuff already, and I'm thinking
I mean, I was doing like a lot of research and I wrote a lot of books about social media and stuff, and it kind of emphasized that like whatever you're already good at doing, like use that as leverage.
100%.
Thinking about, and to some people this is a dumb idea, but doing like, I'm really good at baking, and so if I start like baking in like different listings, homes and stuff, in like the kitchens, is that dumb or is that a good idea?
No, and the number one smell that attracts buyers is chocolate chip cookies,
Yeah.
by the way, and then it's bread. No, it's bread and then it's cookies. You can make, there's one that's a high-heeled realtor. There's, so you just need to make your thing and have it bring value. They can't smell it on there, so you'll have to kind of come.
Thinking about like sharing recipes that are connected to like
Which brings me to a good point. So when I am scrolling through Instagram, like everybody copies people's reels, right? And so I will try to find something outside of outside of real estate and turn that into real estate. Okay. So yeah, so you can use what you're good at. And in fact, in all of real estate, you use what you're good at. You're good at taxes, you're good at construction, you have a construction background, you're a mom and you're good at multitasking, whatever. I don't know you as well as all of that, but whatever is your thing, then you bring that up. What are you good at? You bring that up, but relate it to back to real estate if you're doing your business page. Okay, so here's what I was going to show you is I didn't know this, but my husband, who's an engineer, is what everybody likes more than me. So sometimes I just have to bring him into him. So let's see if I can find. Okay, so this one, I asked my husband to do it with me. He's getting better. And this one. So then I put like tips at the bottom that no one will ever read, but at least there's actually some there if they want them, but it's just to attract them. And then everybody just comments about Brian. Like, hey, when are you doing another Brian one? When are you doing another Brian one? But they're talking, they're thinking about it, and apparently he can quit his job soon because he can be famous. But anyway, okay, let me, questions. Do you know how to make a remix? Do you want to learn how to do that? Do you know how to do that? Are you on Instagram? I don't have a TikTok. Well, I did, but it was in the Philippines, so we canceled it.
Have you found that Instagram is like the biggest lead generator, or which social media platform do you recommend?
So I was on Facebook for a long time, and then 3 years ago reactivated my dormant account. And so since then, I didn't even know what a reel was 3 years ago. Okay. So that I went to family reunion. That was the one thing I brought back to learn. And so since then, I had 800 followers. I have some more followers, but I feel like I have both because I have people that are my friends on Facebook. There will be some posts that will get a whole bunch of like comments on Facebook that I don't get on Instagram. And so, but see, that's more of my personal page. And so they already like me. Instagram is more like business. Like I don't feel like people are on there just as my friends, whoever they are. They might be other agents, which is fine. Maybe I'll get referrals, but I feel like you should probably do both because you can just share it to you can put them on both at the same time anyway. So do both. And I think different generations, you seem to have a younger generation, younger on Instagram than you do on Facebook. You have older people like me on Facebook.
Even younger on TikTok than Instagram.
And even younger on TikTok. My next step is to learn TikTok, but I'm not there yet. So, but let me show you how to do a remix because those are fun and there's a lot of things that I still don't know, but a remix, this is the one I want to post, but I can't yet until time has gone a little bit just because they were the absolute worst unrepresented buyer on the history of the planet. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Are you ready? So this is a remix. A remix means you find a reel that you like, convert it to fit your situation, and not all of them will allow them, but some of them, a lot of them will, okay? I don't know if I'll ever post that because this unrepresented buyer was absolute horrific, but you can find, let's go find one. I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? Let's find one that will allow us to do it. And of course,
We designed this.
There's Colton again. Now I'm not going to be able to find one when okay, maybe this one. Nope. So if you click on these little 3 dots right here, if it allows a remix, it'll show you. Okay, let's pretend I wanted to remix this one. I'm going to click on that button right there. It's going to bring it up in my drafts. Maybe. Okay, if I had real service. I don't know. Okay, it'll bring it up. Okay, so if I click on those 3 dots normally, and then I click on that remix button, it'll bring it up in my drafts. And then I really want to do this. There we go. I got it. Then I can say how it feels after open house or something. Okay, this isn't really what I would do. And you can put it right there over their stuff, and then you can save it to your drafts, and then you can post it as your post, and they get credit for it. Does that make sense? That is not a good example. Oh, so anyway, I can now save that in my drafts, and I can go and post that and make some stuff about it. Okay, how long did that take me? And it is free. Okay, so that's what I did with that little spinny lady thing on the whatever, but I'm trying to decide if it's acceptable to post about a horrible unrepresented buyer, but we'll get there after some therapy. Okay, does that make sense?
Jen, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, do you hire somebody to be like reporting you in different situations, or like how do you?
So on the professional ones,
I saw the guy with the little handheld thing that he was recording.
So I do it's called American Dream TV. So then I will have a professional, and I will get them in camera because it makes me look what? Professional and credible, right? When I'm filming my listings, I try to get the camera, but I'm usually doing that with my own phone. And really, don't worry about the professional ones because those are the ones that actually don't get a lot of views. And you will 100% people that have stuck their phone by their water bottle, were natural, real, and you, okay? Those are the ones that are going to get you the most connection with people because most people don't care about they don't care about this, okay? Like this has had almost 1.7, right? It's a 5-minute segment. No one's watching that. But I will take clips of this and I will make more, just like you do, right? And
you do all the editing yourself, like build big videos?
This is an actual show. So on the other one, I've hired a cyberbacker because I post every day. So if it is professional looking on my page, she did it. If it is just like this one, I did this. And you can use the stickers and you can use that one.
So who is taking the video then?
Well, that was taken from the real show.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but like, let me find one for you. This one,
You just set the camera up somewhere.
actually, we grabbed my admin at the office. You can just grab this one. We grabbed someone on my cell phone. This one, I just cropped the camera. Okay, that takes nothing, and I just reminded 700 people that I'm in real estate. Okay, the under contract ones, my admin does those, but so don't like use that as. So this one is one I'm working on. I just sent it to her to see if she could make it better. But that one's just to kind of, isn't that sweet? And then it's about how like everyone leaves us, and so I'm going to throw a pool party so I can see them again. So like I have some purpose to them, but it's also to try to show it. This one I have too many words, so I'm not perfect at this one.
Let's do it.
So that one's showing my personality. It's showing some credibility. It has too many words, so I haven't actually posted that. It's just with her. So, I mean, there's so many things you can do, and it's fun, and you can take a long time or you can take a little time, but the bottom line is you need to start posting, because I would say 99% of my business comes through them remembering that because I'm on social media. So that's all I got. Any questions? Okay. Yes.
You don't get random leads of people you don't know.
Not really. Not really.
It's people that you know, it's just you are marketing to them. You know that somehow.
Yeah, and the random things that come in are usually scam or people's body parts. And so if you're not getting those, you are not posting enough. Okay. But I will get, so like in 2014, someone moved away, right before I got my license there in Washington. She just messaging me that they want to come back. There's a $1.5 million house they want to look at in Brigham City. I did not even remember her name very well. Okay, like I remembered her once she did it, but that is 100% because of Facebook, Instagram, posting. So my Yorview is almost all. I mean, my Instagram is almost all business. My my Facebook page, I had 2 pages. There's a long story with the other one. I paid for a service to like promote it, and it killed it once I pulled that off. So I don't use that as much. It might get 7 views. So I've kind of moved more real estate into my personal page because I have more engagement happening there. And then I just do both on that one now. So, but long story is you need to get out there and start posting. And if you don't have something to post, go ask an agent to go film their listing. Okay. And make it cool. And you could be like the cook and be like, this would be the best kitchen to make some brownies in, or this would be like, or some sourdough bread or whatever, and have that there. And that could be your thing if you want that to be your thing. So just kind of get started. And if you evolve to something else later, like if your page goes a different direction, great. I first started and it was going to be on like how real estate makes you millionaires, because invest and it does all this. And then I realized nothing I was posting was hardly about that because no one watched it. So I changed it. I changed my heading. Let's go to that. Do you want to know about the heading? Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask that link thing. Is that
I think I've had 2 people use it. Okay. And that's the thing. Mine is attracting different things. And if they have used it, they're still like, we're on my Facebook page and I already knew them, they just used it. So no, I do not get that. Actually, that's not true. I have had lenders send me deals that I did not know. I have had a few, but I would say most of them are just reminding people that I'm in real estate. I don't ever have to go tell anyone that I'm in real estate. They already know. Okay, so on your heading, you want it to say, I actually paid money for someone to help me do this. So, which is really dumb, but okay. So you want it to say at the top, something that's searchable, okay? Then you need this to be, what is your page about? So it used to say like creating millionaires through real estate, and then I didn't do anything. Only once in a while did I do a post about that. So I changed it. I want them to know that this is supposed to be humorous and dumb, and that I might be doing dumb things like breakdancing, or not breakdancing, I can't do that. But, you know, I might be doing funny, weird things like tackling my husband so he doesn't sit on the couch, so that they know that, right? Then it's also about Utah real estate lifestyle and culture. So when they see that, they're like, wait, that's not what this page is about. So I'm telling them what it's about. This one is credibility, and this one just is I'm a host, and then my brokerage is right there. And then every post I do, I put JY, I put my, I didn't do that one. It's not a real one. Every post I do, except for that one I forgot. Huh? Which one?
Just realizing that I'm older than the man on that big screen.
I am. I'm like older than half the houses I show. Okay, so then I'll put my name and number and brokerage at the bottom, except for I forgot on that one.
When I see that year there, I'm like, oh, that's so, I'm not have to worry about that. That's so bad.
Yeah. But see, that was a funny one. Like, and then if you really want to know about lead-based paint, it's all there. And
Do you put your number, your phone number?
yes, I do. I just forgot on that one. Which is why I also put it at the top. So if I ever forget, I'm still in compliance because it's right there. Okay. My brokerage.
Oh,
Because I forgot on the one I was showing you that you should do that. Let me see if it's here.
Wait, you asked about the number. The
yeah,
phone
phone number.
She asked about the phone number.
Yes, my phone number is right there. So I just have a little thing on my phone. I just put JY and all of that pops up. So I don't have to type it every time. I still forget, apparently. I forgot on lead-based paint. Okay, so while your next step today, I want you to make your first post before you leave. Okay, can you do that? Okay, and I want you to plan how you want your page to look. I don't care. Either one. And then make a post. So you're just getting your license. You can do a post about that. I don't care if it's dumb. That's what I was going to show you. I have a really dumb one. When I first started doing reels, remember I didn't know what they were? I came back from oh, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh, I have a good one. I don't know where it is. Okay, so anyway, plan something, and it's okay. Imperfect action is my motto. I make mistakes and learn from them. So if your post is dumb, it's okay. I'll still like it. Just tag me in it. You just need to move. And remember, that's your free advertising. 100% free, unless you want to boost it, and that's another story. Okay? Any questions? I'm done. I'm late. Sorry. Okay.
Put it in action.
Yep.